Isaiah 53 and verse 1. Who hath believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of a dry ground. He had no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. Call halam la Yahawashi Yahawashi Wahawakakudas. In this lesson, I'm be going into God's don't let themselves go. Okay. The godly don't let themselves go. Gods don't let themselves go. Okay. And I say the godly, including you women. Okay. You are the daughters of God. So you could be God-like, have the godly nature, as the scriptures say, women professing godliness. But before I get going into this lesson, double honors to the hopefully elect elder apostle slave to be saved, Lord willing, starting with those at the GMS church, on down to the rest, and shalom to the rest that may be out here under the same doctrine, onward to the men here at this congregation, at this faction of the assembly, of the hopefully elect assembly, in the order teaching, and all true faith and sincerity, shalom to you, onward to the rest of you, Akim, doing likewise, from your elder on down to your younger. Okay, shalom. And to the rest of you believers also in on this faith of Yahawashi Yahawashi, you women and children of the Israelite race and men. Okay. So, as I said, man, just to include the woman, the scriptures talk about how, the woman could profess godliness as well. Okay. Which I'll get. Okay. 1 Timothy 2 and 10. It says, but which becometh women. I'm going to actually start at 9. It says, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness. So it's showing you there's nothing wrong with those things. It shouldn't be things that wouldn't lead, that's outside of, being godly. Because it says, but which becometh women professing godliness. So it's things that, you ain't gonna be out here dressed with Louis Vuitton, shoes and, the shirts, the so-called shirts where, a shirt now could be considered if your nipples are just covered. It's not nothing like that. Big iced out watches, big dumb hoop earrings, like just for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But there's nothing wrong with certain array. Gold, pearls, or doing your hair. You know what I'm saying? Or even costly array. Because they say if you want quality, you got to pay for it, which you probably got a reason for getting something that's costly. So that's why it says, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness. This is what should be in your mind when putting yourself together. Okay? How you trying to come off? Who are you actually? What example you trying to give? What's becoming for a woman that's in on Yahawashi Yahawashi. That's what should be in your mind. If this spiritual or more so coming off carnal, is this carnal? Will this lead me to being carnal or being spiritual? You can get into your heritage and stuff like that, embroidery. But anyway, it says, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness. See, with good works. So the whole point of why I'm getting this now is that women can be godly too. But the point of the lesson is what again? Gods don't let themselves go. Neither do the godly. Gods don't let themselves go, or neither or the godly don't let themselves go. Okay, then make this inclusive to you, you women. All right, but I've started this off with Isaiah the 53rd chapter because we know that Yahawashi he wasn't coming off like the Pharisees that appeared beautiful outwardly. He put all that last, and the reason why is because he was showing what was more important, which was the inward, which is what he decked out. He stunted with, that his inward was right. Now is something wrong with the outward? No. Okay, and then the inward, most would just think, okay, it's just his mind, how he, it's just the doctrine, But your inward could consist of your health too, And stand with the point, just because he focused on the inward, right, doesn't necessarily mean that he let himself go. There was no concern with the outward, right, which we could prove because the same prophet seen this. Isaiah 60 and Slakia. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. And that was who? That was Yahawashi. Because when you read Matthew, the 21st chapter, the first chapter, the 21st verse, which I have right here, verse 21, Matthew 1, it says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahawashi, for he shall save his people. For he shall save his people from their sins. Okay, so we go back to addressing Isaiah 63. And one, we see that this is concerning Yahawashi because it says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Which is who? That son, Yahawashi. So it's the same Yahawashi that it said right here in Isaiah by the same prophet to what? Let me read it. I'll start at 1. Who has believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of dry ground. He had no form nor comeliness. Right, the one that had no form, no comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty. There is no beauty that we should desire him. So a lot of people will get it, that simple will get it, misconstrued that Yahawashi was just some Israelite man that let himself go, but yet he's the King of Kings. And we know now, according to the scriptures, that wouldn't be sound because Isaiah also said what? That he obviously had concern with that because he's coming back in his glory and glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. He's not coming back like a bum, right? And we know what? Hebrews 13:8. Yahawashi Hamashiach, the same yesterday and today and forever. So how he's coming back the same way he left. But so it shows you what? That he wasn't what? Somebody that he wasn't a man that was a God who was the King of Kings, that let himself go, even though he focused on the inward, just to prove he came focusing on the inward. It was already people showing you the outward, but really they weren't even doing it on the real level. How Yahawashi gonna do it, So he can't come back, according to this, as a different person with a different mentality, Now he's coming back in a different part of his mentality that he wasn't necessarily in then, but this was still his, which is, him coming back glorious in his apparel, putting a lot of people to death. That was always his mentality. He just wasn't in that part of it. But that's the point. This was always his mentality. So Yahawashi was what? He was seen as somebody that was, not comely, no beauty. He put that last. He was an austere man which goes in the plain, rough, He dealt with melancholy, melancholy, or melancholy. Okay, however you pronounce it specifically, but that didn't mean he was a person that was about letting himself go. He wasn't about his health. He wasn't about being just some bum dude, man. That don't make any sense. Okay, so that's really what I want to focus on, because most of use this example of Yahawashi at a particular moment as reasoning for why you see brothers, you may see sisters around here, it's supposedly in this faith, letting themselves go, and then it's for ignorant reasons, like they're getting bodies. But that wouldn't, and it's because Yahawashi did it, like I said already. But we just proved that wasn't the case with Yahawashi. He wasn't in that mentality. Guys don't let themselves go. Yahawashi actually told us, I have said, let me get it. St. John 10:34, it says, I'm gonna start at 33. It says, the Jews answered him, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because that thou, being a man, makest thyself God. See that? Let me read it in the NLT. They replied, we're stoning you not for any good work, but for blasphemy. You, a mere man, claim to be God. Yeah. And I'm gonna read this. So they were saying Yahawashi, he actually was coming off like that. But this what he responded with back in the KJV, verse 34. Yahawashi answered them, is it not written in your law, I said ye are gods? See, so Yahawashi, he acknowledged and was in the mentality, we gods, while he was here. Now what God, let themselves go? What person of a godlike nature that let themselves go? I'll read it in NLT. Yahawashi replied, it is written in your own scriptures that the Most High said to certain leaders of the people, I said you are gods. But it's talking about all our people. It ain't just the leaders. All our people gods, especially the rest of these mere mortals, these non-Israelite races. And the NLT continue, and you know that the scriptures cannot be altered. So if those people who received the Most High's message were called gods, why do you call it blasphemy when I say I am the Son of God? After all, the Father set me apart and sent me into the world. See that? So he was telling him, he was claiming him, he confessed that we the gods and you're gods, and it's a mentality that you are to have with that being the case, with being a God. So this is what Yahawashi was on. So it makes sense now why he was doing what he's doing, why he's coming back and glorious in his apparel and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Yahawashi was in that mentality that he's a God. Now, if he's the Son of God, and that, before I even jump there, it makes sense why he's coming back and glorious in his apparel, traveling, and the greatness of his strength. He ain't coming in some doom buggy, some crap. He's a God, and this ain't saying that, like the scriptures say. This ain't to say that gain is godliness. This is not to say that at all. Okay, that's off. I'm not saying that, but it just shows that Yahawashi is not a person that's about letting himself go, and reason being because he's the Son of God, and we know the Most High being the God, the highest power, he don't let himself go. He ain't even letting the earth go to whack. He gonna make everything new, refresh everything, man. So how much more those that follow him and are also the sons and daughters of the Most High of God, Yahawashi, man. So don't use Yahawashi as an example. Or for you to sit around start letting yourself go like an idiot, you know. You got mom sitting around getting fat, young as hell, just look crazy, you know. If you ain't got no ailment, you should be taking care of yourself, you know, completely. Because beyond the apparel aspect, it's fair to say, it's safe to say, and we know Yahawashi taught it because it's throughout the scriptures, even regarding that aspect. Like he told the Pharisees, like, yo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You know, you dress wonderful, but your inward off, man. You know, so that's why he put that last, because our people was just all about what the Lord told Samuel not to be about, looking on the outward appearance. So if a person is right inward, okay, cool, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you still giving upkeep for the other part as well, like Yahawashi said. Matter of fact, let me grab it. Luke 11, and I'm gonna start at 39. And the Lord said unto him, now do ye Pharisees make clean? Do ye Pharisees make clean the outside of the cup, which will be you, and the platter, right? Which is pretty much, you know, you could basically say the clothes, man, you know. But it says, but your inward part is full of ravening and wickedness, ye fools. And so that's not he didn't knock the outward. He didn't. He was just saying, y'all not making any sense. You coming off like you this way, but you're not. Like the cup shouldn't look clean on the outside if it's dirty on the inside. That's the part that count. And that should actually, the outward should match the inward. You know? Which he basically going to say, ye fools, did not he that made that which is without, meaning the outside of the cup, right? Make that which is within also. Let's read it in the NLT. Fools, didn't God the Most High, Ha'aba, make the inside as well as the outside? See that? You know? So, and the scriptures tell us, you can't add unto the world nor diminish. So you can't ignore the fact that the Lord made the outside, because that you know, which is regarded which is to be regarded as well, basically, you know. You can't deny that. He just said it. He made the inside and the outside. So yeah, you can't take away from the outside, man. You can't, you know, it's to be upkeep on that as well, maintain that as well, right? It says, continue. So clean the inside by giving gifts to the poor, and you will be clean all over. See that? And then the KJV, it says, but rather give alms of such things as ye have, and behold, all things are clean unto you. So y'all look clean, but you're not actually coming off clean. But see, that's the whole point of the point now. Yahawashi, he actually pushed the cleaning of the outside, man. He actually condoned the cleaning of the outside, keeping yourself up, but actually be that though, you know. But the point of why I'm getting this is just to show he pushed that. Yeah, keep that up, man. You shouldn't let yourself go in that regard, because the Lord made that which he made the inside and the outside, man. And you can't add or diminish from his word. Add not to his word nor diminish. Proverbs the 30th chapter, man. Okay. So that's that. Salaki. So once again, you can't use Yahawashi's example for that as an excuse for you letting yourself go, because Yahawashi is a God, right? He confessed that, right? He said he basically confessed, you know, that also that with that being the case for the rest of us, because we're the Israelites, it's written in the scriptures, and the scriptures can't be altered. It's a mentality one's supposed to have, and what? Gods don't let themselves go. So yeah, when he first came, he had no beauty, no comeliness that we should desire him, because the Lord, that was a sifting agent to see who was real. Because the Lord once again told us not to look on the outward on the outward appearance. You know, for the Lord seeth not as the man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord searcheth the heart. That's what it's more so about. Inside, outside. You know, before they made the bodies, the spirit was already created. You know, because the spirit created everything outwardly. You know, all that inward, outward. You know, you think it, then you manifest it. You know what I'm saying? Think it, then, you know, that's how it go. So so you don't just stop at the inward, man. And you don't take away the outward. You don't diminish the outward. Like you being off. You know, that's being simple. So you can't use him as a reason for letting yourself go no more, man. You allow yourself to procure different ailments, you know, and now you at the point. Let me just read this. This is Hebrews 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, I'm gonna start at 1. Wherefore, seeing we are also compassed about with so great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and of sin which do so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. So yeah, and when you go into the NLT, the word patience is interchanged for endurance, which the Lord told us to do. But more so the point of getting this, yeah, it's things you free now. You don't have to get caught up, with a matching outfit. You gotta get an outfit for the 4th of July or some madness like that. You gotta have 50 million outfits. You gotta have all the Jordans that drop. You gotta, crease your pants every time you come out or whatever. But because that's something that's gonna beset you. It's not about all that. But you don't let yourself go. You get yourself positioned basically to be able to continue this faith unto the end. And what's the main way you're gonna be able to do this? First, learning this doctrine, and then what? Taking care of yourself, not letting yourself go. Okay, and I more so mean this in the health sense first and foremost, which with your health, with dealing with your health, eating certain things, etc., that's gonna roll over to your outward. And the reason why a lot of people outward look bogus is because of what they putting in their body, man. It's because of what they eating. So you can't not act like you don't see the fact that the Lord wants us to take care of our outward, not let ourselves go. You think the Lord's sitting up there out of shape, fat, he look nasty. You know what I'm saying? No. It says, looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith. Right. Because people like to do that. Well, Yahawashi, he won't worry about all that. So why he coming back like that? Yahawashi can't approve a point, man. So we can get it and go about this the right way. Looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, right? It sat down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. So he did what it took in order and suffered whatever he had to in order to get that crown, man, in order to get everything that the Lord promised him, which is everything. Okay. And we are to look unto him because he's the author and the finisher of the same predicament we find ourselves in. You see? So we got to just do what we got to do to be able to get that crown, get the kingdom, get everything the Lord promised us, which is basically everything. Everything in joint heresy with Yahawashi, under Yahawashi. From you men and women. And where that starts is, once again, learning this truth. And then what? Enduring. Patiently, getting yourself in position to patiently run a race that is set before us. Okay, or endure. And how you gonna be able to endure if you let yourself go? And once again, that starts inward. Because if you before you physically appear to let yourself go, you had already let yourself go mentally. So your inward off. Yahawashi wasn't some out of shape dude, man. He wasn't, he wasn't stinking and filthy. You know what I'm saying? If he had days where he had to do that in order to get a job done, that's what it is. But that's not the mentality we should be having. Like we just here it is. We the Lord's chosen people. We walk around looking like Oompa Loompas, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's off. That's off. Okay. So you can't use that excuse no more. So I got a couple more. Okay. Um, Sirach 30, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution. You see, let me read it again. Better is the poor. So yeah, we the poor in this faith, but we rich, you know, because we got this knowledge, man. We're able to cash out on things people can't by having this. And it's gonna actually, it's gonna actually get us all the physical carnal riches, you know, that people esteem, and more that they even know about. But anyway, so that's us being sound and of strong constitution. So having this doctrine right, being right in the head, and having your body right. Then a rich man that is afflicted in his body, right? See that? Because see, what's the point of being rich if you ain't taking care of yourself? Just like what's the point of, like, look, and we rich on either end of the spectrum. What's the point of being rich? Carnally, if you let yourself go, or letting yourself go. What's the point of being an Israelite if you're gonna let yourself go? Being in on his faith of being an Israelite if you're gonna let yourself go. You know, what's the point? You know, it says health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. Yeah, it's no point of being a God if you're gonna let yourself go. You know, gods don't let themselves go, man. It says health and good estate of body, or the godly don't let themselves go. Like I said, inclusive to you women, it says health and good estate of body are above all gold. See that? And a strong body above infinite wealth. You all weak, you can't walk, you out of shape, can't pick nothing up, you look nasty, you feel nasty, you just, and then no one can buy into you. And you're not even giving yourself a reason to continue forward. You look at yourself, you don't see life, you see death. You know, so this truth is supposed to motivate you now, knowing we gods, we the royalty of the earth, of the universe. Places Esau can't even go. We the royalty. We the royalty there, man. Everything. See that? There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Yeah. So you gotta have both, man. You know. So we ain't getting all caught up trying to keep up with these people in the world, trying to get the newest car that come out, the newest, you know what I'm saying? No, but guys don't let themselves go, man. Okay? Because why? Matthew 24, you know what? Let me start here. 1 Peter 4:7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. You know? And why is that relevant? This is Matthew 24:13. But he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we don't know exactly when this thing is going to end, like the date, the time, you know what I'm saying? But the end of all things is here. We at the end of the world, man. And the Lord say that's pretty much the time where we're going to be saved. But you got to endure until the end of the world, man. You see that? Let's get the word endure. Yeah, remain. Okay. It means remain when you look it up in the Greek. Hypomeno. Hupomonio, you know. But anyway, it says not recede or flee. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself, man. Okay, under misfortunes and trials, hold fast to one's faith. Okay. Yeah, tarry behind. You know, you're not trying to die, you know what I'm saying? You know, fall off. You know? So yeah, that's what it means. So, you know, you gotta endure. The end is here, but you gotta endure until the end, which is the end is here, which is when we're gonna be saved, but we gotta endure until the end of this end to be saved. You gotta make sure you around, man. Okay? So this is 1 Peter 4. Philippians 4:5, let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. So You only get right at the end and you die because you ain't taking care of yourself, man. You know? And that'll be the case because you have let yourself go, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta endure unto the end. Do what you can to keep, you know, according to this wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Your stuff, man. You know, and you know, and according to the wisdom, get rid of the things you need to get rid of, man. A certain mentality, certain eating habit. He that shall save his life shall lose it, man. And he that loses his life for my sake, the same shall gain it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't let yourself go, man. You know, in any way, spiritually or physically. Okay. Make sure you keep your relations. You know what I'm saying? Keep everything in a lively, being able to continue to go on and stay motivated, you know, appearance, state, you know, because it affects. Okay. So, you know, you don't want to be, Lord, you know, be over righteous, man. Lord, man, shit don't even matter. You gain like 300 pounds, you know, you weak. You just, this sounds so stupid. This is 1 Timothy 4:8. It says, but for bodily exercise profited little. You see, for bodily exercise profited little, but godliness is profitable unto all things. Yeah. And that obviously is included in being godly. And the gods and those that are godly don't let themselves go. This is why bodily exercise is mentioned, because that's what's going to actually help you endure, man, as well. It says having promises of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. Exactly. You're going to be able to maintain now, stay alive now, and all the way for the life that's to come. You know, you're able to attain and do certain things when you're in shape, you know, so you can obtain the promises that you have now. Keep and hold on and gain the promises you have now. You know, we over here teaching, you can't even get over there because you can't walk over there or something like that. And that, you know, we was promised to get this word on this side, you know, but if you out of shape, it makes you being able to attain the things that's promised now hard as well. How much more the things to come? If you can't obtain the things now, how you gonna obtain the things to come? Because you didn't let yourself go to me. And the NLT, I'll close out here. Physical training is good. See, physical training is good, but training for godliness is much better, promising benefits in this life and in the life to come. See? So there it is, man. You gotta, this is how you gotta be on it, man. Okay, so guys don't let themselves go. You know, you women, you can't think around. You think you gonna sit around and just look crazy, get fat. You know, you just got a bad mentality when it comes to this truth. We're a royal people for a reason. You know, and you men. You know, estrogen all off. Estrogen all in your body, you know what I'm saying? Your hormones all up, everything out of whack because your diet, you know what I'm saying? So call them like Yahawashi, Shalom.